So good day, dear friends. Good day. So-called free humans. Of course, we are not free yet. But it's coming. Everything is unfolding in the pretty much right direction. And the only and right direction is towards discovering that you are already free. What to do with this knowledge, it's really up to you. People like mainstream media, like Alex Joneses, like CNNs, they will scare you to death. They will instigate every possible way to get you upset, to get you enticed, that you don't like your skin color, that you don't like your nationality, that you don't like your president, that you don't like even yourself, because you don't know what you don't know. And when you don't know, then these things can easily kill you. So, point of all of this, let's say, delusional ranting that we're hearing online is to question mark. Title: Alex Jones, the real false flag operation with a real victimhood agenda. So, observing what's happening right now, everybody talking about these AJ, not OJ Simpson, but AJ Hicks, the freak of so-called journalistic fearful agenda, where there is truth is used to just upset you, twist the truth, manage to massage it in the way that when it's presented towards your ears and eyes and all energetic of the body, you become very upset. You become afraid that third world war is imminent, that Iran is going to nuke somebody, I don't know, in Europe, Russia, or anywhere else, and then we have to prevent it, or we like Americans. Did you consider questioning yourself how many in all this, since I think 98 when Alex Jones started, now it's like, let's say 20 years, 2 decades of total nonsense, positioning himself as a so-called truth mover or truth speaker. AJ BH or Billy Hicks is the creature who was bringing you only problems, packaging it in such a enthusiastic way that you actually have to kill somebody when you're listening this freak. You have to pull your gun and start, killing all your relatives and your presidents and your whoever. So, is this a journalism that is bringing some kind of solutions? Is this rhetoric that it brings resolution within you, so you know what kind of solutions you can use after listening these freaks for 20 years? Not a single one. Yes, he disclosed some truths. Well, let's say he disclosed many truths, but these are the truths massaged, and they become so dirty, so infested with darkness that nobody can really swallow it without getting affected. Real truth warriors and real truth speakers, real truth journalists are here to bring the truth out and let you decide what you're going to do about it. Not to entice you into pulling the gun on everybody around, as this was his major rhetorics. Now, what he's doing, playing absolute, snowflake victim. He's censored, he's abused, he's all of this, what you hearing from him, he was doing to you. He was censoring you with the real truth. by putting his own spin on the informations. Now, when they all together, globalistic so-called creatures of the corporate world and the high-tech world on internet, decided in a one day to shut him pretty much everywhere. Yet, don't take it too seriously, because he'll be back. So why they've done it? Because he's playing a role of false flag. In a false flag, somebody has to get hurt. Well, in this case, they could not make anybody else, they could not find anybody else, but they found a little pumpkin of, a liar and deceiver like Billy Hicks, aka Alex Jones. So if somebody can deceive you for 20 odd years, would you think it's a problem for this creature to deceive you for another couple of years, if you allow it? So based on this, let's call so-called censoring, AJ, what they were actually achieving, that you're looking and you're paying attention only on this particular case, as he's now a leader in conspiracy theories. They are not theories anymore, and they're not conspiracies, because they're happening, and these things were done by the same Alex Jones and the creatures like him. So based on this so-called approach, they start shutting down all the true speakers, so they can use the same attitude towards all the others, real truth warriors, real people of light, who are doing the same type of journalism from beginning, yet never been heard about. Alex Jones, they say, has 2-point-something million followers on YouTube, what they had. Of these, if you count, if you see the accounts, if you make a measurement, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's not even 5% of these are real people. The rest is just bots. They are creatures who are, these bot accounts are created by a couple of, let's say, CIA individuals who are actually having complete, let's say, market agenda planned for all of you, or all of us, because I have been exposed to this as well. So when somebody talks like I talk, I've been shadow banned. I've been shut down. My 3 accounts of YouTube has been completely demolished, destroyed, with hundreds of videos before. Yet, even now, the present one, it's constantly in the air. But when they send me a warning or a first strike, I tell them to fuck off. Honestly, like I write, YouTube, bot, AI, dark one, fuck off my case. You have no rights to do anything with my videos. This is my videos, my creation. So basically, if you listen to some of other videos that I talk about directly, how to deal with these situations and what you can actually write about, demonetize, don't even consider. They will give you some peanuts by controlling you what and how and where you can talk about. When Alex Jones is talking all this crap, how do you feel after that? Do you feel enlightened? Do you know how and where you have to, what to do, instead of where you have to send the deposits or donations, or save my accounts, they are going down, I have a legal issues with my ex so-and-so. So many fake flags or false flags, narratives. They are just putting your attention away from the real truth. And real truth is, well, somewhere in between his words, but it's so much energy from one is wasted that you just basically give him all the rights to tell you what is a truth that he wants you to hear. So, my suggestion, completely ignore these kind of messages. QAnon is the one who brings you solutions, brings you without any judgment, details, like not details, but crumbs of informations. And it's up to you to go and dig a bit deeper or much more deeper. You can go to the names of the people who are indicted. You can go to the solutions why Trump doing certain things in a certain way. Why Sessions is or has recused himself, to my understanding, just to expose the FBI and CIA freaks and DOJ freaks who are really roaming this planet and raping everybody. And you were agreeing it because you thought that enemy is somewhere else, that enemy is in Russia, that enemy is in Iraq, that enemy is in Iran now, that enemy is North Korea. None of these. If you see what Trump done, actually deflated any of these false flags. Now another one, it's very important one, media. Media is so influential on a human psyche, on a human, let's say, programming. Mind programming is done through media, through frequencies as well. When you realize that they're coming through your computer, they're coming through your TV screen, doesn't matter, subliminal messages or the satellite telephone antennas, it is constantly there. Yet nobody is talking openly about it. How to protect yourself. Not to use it, but when you know that it's very harmful for you, you can actually invoke a protection against these kind of attacks, because you've been attacked constantly. Like you see on my face, I've been attacked while I'm talking this. Yet it doesn't affect me because I have absolutely clear focus what I'm going to share with you. No matter of outside influences, because I'm aware of these creatures. So they cannot pull on me a false flag in any other way or form or kind of hidden trick. So start listening to people who are bringing you hope, disclosing a truth. And doesn't have to be my truth absolutely same as yours, but when I say something, it's a crumb. It's a crumb on the path. You want to go pick up this crumb, let's say, take this information and see what you can do with this, how you can resolve, let's say, your present financial situation, your present government, corruption situation. Or you will just grab a loaf of bread. It looks nice, like the crust is all nice and brown and healthy, so-called, on the outside. But the inside, it's full of worms. This is Alex Jones' way. They dumping on you, really loaf of bread is full of shit. So you don't want to cut it open because it will stink. It will infest you with a total garbage they want to infuse. And the reason why, the biggest reason why all these false flags exist is for you not to pay attention on your own discernment. Not to pay attention that you are responsible how you're going to react on certain informations, on other stupidities, on, let's say, other bravery, on other patriotism. For some, patriotism is to sit in the bar and drink, local American beer or whatever, German beer if you're German. For some, is a patriotism. If you're German, in the Second World War, you go and kill and rape everybody around. In 1995, if you're American patriot, you will drive planes and drones and bomb the shit of people in Serbia. You will bomb Chinese embassy, destroy and kill 6 people right in there. Chinese citizens who were part of the embassy of old Yugoslavia, or now at the time Serbia. And nobody really talks about this in these terms. They always tell you, oh, Clinton was doing a favor. He was the biggest patriot of all. Yet nobody says what is in the background, why Serbia was bombed, why Serbia was so oppressed in all this, let's say, war between this disseminating Yugoslavia in a bits and pieces, like in really now in crumbs of one very, very healthy nation. Because we're all speaking the same language, we're all the same beings, we're all brothers and sisters, yet, let's say from two different mothers, suddenly one is a Croat, one is a Muslim or Serb or whatever, Macedonian. Ridiculous situation how divided we can become even in the same family. And we are, first of all, family of humans. Not all of us are not humans, but not all of you are not humans, but most of us are humans. So we are family of the humans who only can recognize that we cannot live here divided. We cannot be separated by Alex Jones's rhetorics or CNN, MSN, like mean shitty mafia to completely destroy your sanity, because you cannot believe anybody if you're listening to them. Don't believe to Muslims, don't believe to Jewish, don't believe to Mexicans, don't believe to anybody. Be afraid of this, be afraid of that. Who you should believe? My question to you. Who you should pay attention to? Which thoughts are the most important in your own daily living? Watching these rhetorics that he was doing for 20 years, nobody said a word. Me and a couple of others, we disclosed it, but again, we're not public in any way. I'm banned to like 130 countries all over the planet, yet I'm still talking and I'm finding a ways to talk about this. So why these creatures are doing these false flags? What kind of achievement Alex Jones was doing with this rhetorical garbage? Interfering within your own pattern of thoughts. Confusion. Absolutely throwing massive amount of totally dichotomy informations that they cannot be together, yet he's using them. Oxymoronic kind of approach. Doubt. You have to be doubtful of everything. Federal Bank, central banks, Iranians, Russians, now Russians. I mean, if it was not by Russians, America will not be where it is. And now same thing happening in first, let's call revolution in 1780s. Russian Tsar actually helped Lincoln. Now Lincoln equals Trump, Putin equals Russian Tsar. Same thing happening, yet in the form of football, or in the form of 173 terabytes of disclosed informations, of all the informations for last 15, almost 20 years that Russians collected. It was given to Trump about all the shady deals, all the Syrian, absolutely, this refugee crisis that was like planned, and invasion started in the last 4 or 5 years inside of the Europe. Well, it goes for a longer time, but it's now so obvious to everybody that people are start freaking out. They start learning, I don't know, Hindu. They start learning stuff they're absolutely useless. Instead of turning to themselves and saying, I really want to be the one who's going to save myself by myself, and to save my house by not allowing anybody else to interfere with my own thoughts, with my own ideas, with my own, let's say, way of living. Yes, you will not interfere with others, but you can hear them. If they're telling the bullshit, you will tell them. If you don't tell them that this is Alex Jones, you talking garbage, then you're actually becoming one of his minions. You're actually disseminating the same garbage that he's feeding you, and you're feeding to everybody else. So think about this. Why this false flag is so well coordinated, and how we will turn this pretty much against fully Alex Jones and all the other freaks that were just infusing fears and anger into the, let's say, common people, and how we can turn around and slap this media, this fake media that was now protecting him in any ways possible to do really what? He lost his income, he lost his pretty much identity as a free human. He was just a slave that was slaving all these lies and garbage talking to the public. And this public was not real. Let's say 2 million something, there's 5% of real humans. And some of these are so infested with this garbage that have nothing else to do but to create more bots and so on. There's another writing of mine where I describe in details how this process goes. It's like a pyramid of fake accounts to fake accounts to fake accounts, and then absolutely when it comes to the real human is just become part of the fake agenda. So how you get out of this? Find a way that you don't actually open this loaf of bread that is filled with shit, and you really find the crumbs in between the rocks and pick them, and they become really like a diamonds. They will lead you towards truth, but your truth, not mine, and not of Alex Jones. So be it.